All right. Well, we will get going here. So go ahead and make sure that you have plenty of room. You could reach to both sides. You can have a nice wide stance. You've got room in front of you and behind you, all of that goodness. If that is in any way possible, and if it isn't, absolutely just modify and make it work for yourself. And then another note is, as you're going through these, this time is really genuinely about you. So if you need or want to modify anything at all, go for it. Absolutely. Listen to your body. That is a wonderful thing to be doing in all aspects of your life. So to get started, let's all go ahead and take a really deep breath, reaching up as we inhale and being the longest, tallest version of ourselves. And then exhaling and reaching down. So even reaching down a little bit extra with my fingertips, dropping shoulders away from the ears. And then inhaling and reaching up. Exhaling and then really reaching down. You're going to alternate here, going back and forth with your own breath. So you'll be going at a different pace than I'm going at. I'm not even going with my breath because I'm talking as I'm doing this. But
Sophie, I can't see you. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but it looks to me like you don't have your camera on, but I might be wrong.
Ooh. Is anybody else having that issue? Because my camera appears to be on.
Yes.
Pardon?
I just see a black screen and hear your voice. Did you
No,
accidentally close the camera port?
I just closed it all the way and reopened it all the way, the little window bar, and I'll shut off the camera and turn on the camera again. Did that help anybody?
It helps
Yes,
me.
now I
can
can see your
you.
face.
I can see you.
The magic of Teams. Okay, let's try that again. So yes, we're breathing and we'll move on here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to step over an imaginary object. Obviously, I'm going to be up on one leg to step over this giant object, and I'm going to take the biggest step I can to the side. If it's better for your balance, absolutely hold on to something nice and stable as you're doing this. One way that you can step over something nice and stable and be holding on to something is to have something physical that you're stepping over. So I might choose to have something that's a comfortable height for me to step over here and go back and forth over it. Almost like a sawhorse I'm stepping over. Now, as we're stepping over, we're trying to go to the end of the range of motion. So bringing the knee up as high as we can, reaching out to the side as far as we can, and stepping over. Same on the other side. Beautiful. And now we'll do sort of the inverse of this motion. We're going to go under a low fence. So stepping to the left, going under the lowest fence that I could possibly go under, and then coming up. And to the other side, lowest fence imaginable. So it's just a weird squat we're doing. Beautiful. Few more of these just to get our bodies warmed up, but experiencing that end range of motion, going down as low as I possibly can and to the side. From here, let's again hold on to that physical object if it works for you and it's helpful. And I'm going to start with my left knee coming up and forward, and I'm going to engage the muscles through the outside of my hips and glutes here to bring the knee straight out to the side and back forward. Going for 3 to 5 repetitions here. Again, getting that end of the range of motion. So we're getting a little bit of stretching in and a little bit of strengthening. And one more. And we'll put the left leg down and go to the other side. Bringing the knee up and straight out to the side. I'm aiming to keep my hips square to the floor underneath me, but also to the imaginary wall in front of me. Nice. Making sure that I'm bringing my knee as close to the wall behind me as I possibly can before I bring it forward. So to do this, it may be nice to stop, pause, make sure you can't bring it back any further, and then bring it back towards the center. Last one here. Fantastic. Now with both feet planted on the floor, I'm going to actually have my feet wide apart, engaging through my core here. So drawing belly button in, sides of the waist in, lifting up through the pelvic floor. And I'm going to shift my hips so my right hip is coming up as high as I possibly can, and it's coming over to the right. And my left hip is dropping down as far as it can to get a little inner thigh stretch. Actively engaging these muscles. And switching side. Drawing my left hip up now, and my right hip down. Tuning in, seeing if I can get a little bit more of a stretch here just by engaging my muscles, and then coming back to center. From here, I'm going to pivot, so my right foot is coming forward, left foot is coming back, and I'm going to tuck my pelvis. So like a wagon wheel rolling backwards, I'm going to take my hips, roll them backwards, get a little bit of a stretch through the front of my left thigh here, through my left hip flexors. If you want, you could take a larger step. We're just trying to target this area. And then bringing hands up high overhead, reaching the thumbs back behind you, while keeping the pelvis tucked. And coming back towards the center, turning through your feet. And now I'll switch to the other side. So my left toes are pointed forward, my right toes are pointed forward. I'm tucking my pelvis. And once I have that tuck and that stretch through my hip, I'm going to bring my hands up high overhead and try to bring my thumbs back a little bit further. Fantastic. Bringing everything down, coming back to the center. We'll keep feet wide apart and we'll go for a little circle stretch. So interlacing fingers, bringing your hands down as far as feels good. And you can go all the way down to the floor or you can stay right here. It's as far as feels good to you. So I'm going to go down as far as it feels good. And then I'm going to go the left as far as I possibly can, exploring that range of motion. Maybe I can reach a little further. And then up to like a top left corner. All the way up as high as I possibly can. And over to a right corner. And then out to the right side as far as feels good for me. And then all the way back down again. Continue on your circle. Going around the clock here. Exploring the range of motion that feels good for you. Finding those tight spots and enjoying them. You don't have to go this slowly. You can go at the speed that feels good for you. And then reversing the direction whenever you're ready. Fantastic. Check in with your breathing, making sure that it's still flowing in and out comfortably. You aren't holding your breath at any point here. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and stand back up. We are going to do a little bit of arching through our back and rounding. So I'll stand to the side to demonstrate this, but I'm going to reach forward and round, trying to round not only through my upper back, like this, but also through my lower back and through my neck, tucking my chin, tucking my pelvis to get a nice smooth round here. And then arching by bringing my hands up high overhead and arching my back as much as feels good for me, not only through my lower back, but also trying to include my mid and upper back with that extension of the spine. And then, of course, alternating at your own pace here. Taking time to notice how the two halves of your body feel different. See how the front feels, see how the back feels. Taking time to check in and appreciate yourself. Saying a little thank you. If you have a part that's achy, maybe you want to say thank you for working so hard for me. Or maybe you want to explore some PT exercises by making an appointment with a physical therapist to take extra good care of your body. And you can bring your arms down, come back to center whenever you're ready here. Going to take a little twist. Every time you inhale, you're going to lengthen through your spine. And every time you exhale, you're going to twist a little bit further to the right. As you twist, keep your hip bones stable and steady, square with the floor underneath you and a wall in front of you. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little bit further. You can also look with your head. So looking with your eyes includes your neck into this twisting stretch. And whenever you're ready, coming back to center. If your arms got tired, you can give them a little shake out and we'll do the other side. So inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Using your gaze to include your neck into the stretch. And taking time to notice if twisting this direction feels different for you than twisting to the right. One last breath here, inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist. Before you come back to center. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my arms out to the side. I'm going to reach, so palms are facing up. I'm going to reach back towards the wall behind me with my thumbs. Taking time to open up through the front of my chest here, through my pecs. Dropping shoulders away from the ears as I reach back. One last deep breath here. And then I bring hands back to center, up overhead, and I'm going to tip over to the right to get a side stretch through my body. Tip over to the left to get a side stretch through my right side of my body. Coming back up into the center and bringing hands down. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for everybody who got my camera working again. I appreciate that too. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.